If the idea of delivering a speech to an audience makes you sweat, hopefully you can find some reassurance in the fact that you're not the only one who has this reaction. Research indicates that 1 in 5 people experience public speaking anxiety, making it one of the most common types of anxiety today. Here's the good news: other studies have found that, with the right strategies in place for fighting your fears, you can still perform well when you have a public speaking engagement or presentation of any sort. With that in mind, here are 10 effective public speaking tips that you can immediately implement and see results. Before we go on, kindly remember to subscribe to this channel and like the video. Number 1. Relax and grab the audience attention. Begin with a well-prepared grabber. A relevant personal story is a great start. It can also be a simple statistic about the particulars of the event. This establishes your credibility. It connects you to the audience and creates the right emotional atmosphere and calms your nerves too. 2. Breathe. When you're nervous, your heart rate speeds up, you begin to sweat, and, if you're not careful, you can easily work yourself into an anxiety attack. To help control all of these responses, take a few minutes before delivering your speech. Close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Calm your body so you can enter the stage, or speaking area, with a certain level of peace and not feeling all frenzied. Number 3. Admit your nervousness. Even the most seasoned public speaker can feel nervous on stage. The harder you try to conceal this nervousness, the easier it will likely show through. Yet, admitting that speaking makes you anxious can actually help put both you and your audience at ease. You feel a sense of relief because now the information is out there, giving you the ability to address your anxiety and move on. 4. Use notes. If public speaking makes you anxious, there can be a tendency to write your speech out word for word so you can look at it if you forget your next statement. However, if you've ever watched a speaker read from their notes the entire time they are on stage, you know that this isn't effective. You will lose your audience. Instead, keep your notes to a minimum, using only 1 or 2 word prompts for each point you want to make. This will help you keep your place without detracting from your audience. 5. Become comfortable with the pause. Some of the best speakers know that the pause is not something to avoid. A well-timed break in speaking can be used to help strengthen a point, letting it sit with the audience before moving on to the next topic. Include 3 to 8 seconds pauses at key moments, just before key statements or just after a story. This really brings the audience into the speech. Become more comfortable with this pause and you will become a better public speaker. 6. Be aware of your hand gestures. Have you ever talked to someone who is all worked up and noticed that their hands are flailing wildly? Some people naturally speak with their hands. When they're nervous, this type of gesturing can ramp up. While some hand movement is a great way to emphasize certain points, it's also important to not let these movements distract from what you're trying to say. So, pay attention to your hands when you're speaking. Slowing down their movement may also help slow down your brain, creating a greater sense of calm. 7. Move around a little, but not too much. People often pace when they're nervous. If this is you, you may have a tendency to walk back and forth across the stage when public speaking. Like with hand gestures, a little bit of movement is okay, but too much is, well, too much. Don't be afraid to walk away from the podium, but try not to make your audience feel like they're watching a tennis match either. 8. Incorporate visual prompts. If the idea of having all eyes on you makes you nervous, visual prompts are a good way to divert the audience's attention yet still stay on topic. These prompts can be by way of a slide of an image or graph or something more concrete, such as pouring a half glass of water to emphasize the effect of living with your glass half full. It might feel good to have their attention diverted, even if only for a moment. Plus, it gives you something to do with your hands. 9. Record yourself speaking. This public speaking tip is intended to help you recognize how you may come across to an audience. When you record yourself speaking and watch it back, you may notice that you do things that you didn't even realize. This provides the opportunity to correct these issues before being in front of a live audience. Another option is to practice your speech in front of a friend or family member and ask for their honest feedback. 10. Practice, practice, practice. Then practice again, and again. Mark Twain once said, It usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. So, maybe your fear of public speaking comes from not being fully prepared. One way to overcome this is to practice, and practice some more. Each time you deliver your speech, you will become more comfortable. You'll begin to learn it inside and out, increasing your confidence when delivering it for real. There are many resources available for those who decide that they wish to become influential. However, nothing can help the person who does not practice. Bonus tip. You can use your webcam to practice. Switch on the webcam for 5 minutes each day and practice expressing yourself. There you have it. The 10 tips to improve your public speaking skills. They are: 1. Grab the audience attention. 2. Breathe. 3. Admit your nervousness. 4. Use notes. 5. Become comfortable with the pause. 6. Be aware of your hand gestures. 7. Move around a little. 8. Incorporate visual prompts. 9. Record yourself speaking. And finally, 10. Practice and practice again. Remember to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Watch our next video on managing your time while on stage. Thank you.